an unimaginable power, foretold since the beginning of time, able to subdue the kingdoms of the world, has been released at the word of a prophet sent from heaven to the children of God for their global advancement and prosperity, with undisputed prophetic signs revealing that this very power is ours for the taking.
So I am today announcing that I will resign as leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party so that a successor can be chosen.
So I went to the UK and something new that was brewing. He was called Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson will be the next Prime Minister.
But as they say, every story has a beginning. This one starts on 1st January 2019 with a prophecy.
So I went to the UK and there was something that I began to see. It was like something new that was brewing. And this had to do with the politics and the leadership in that nation. And then, at the helm of it, now it turned into something that is symbolic, because I saw men and women running, and I could tell that these are political leaders in that part of the world. And then I could also tell that something is shortly about to change. Something new. I'm talking about something new, not anything you have known, something now like brand new is about to happen there. And then while they were running, there was a man who was being cheered on. He was called Boris Johnson. And he was saying, will I make it, will I? While he's coming towards the finish line. So when I got out of it, this is what I had an interpretation of. The leadership will change, and this man will rise in power. And this man, what I saw of him, he was being cheered on from people seemingly, in my interpretation, that appeared to be from different walks of life. That means he didn't only come from, he wasn't given support by just one party. It seemed to be like some kind of coalition.
5 months later, an unexpected resignation from Theresa May left the office of the UK Prime Minister vacant.
So I am today announcing that I will resign as leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party so that a successor can be chosen. But with enormous and enduring gratitude to have had the opportunity to serve the country I love.
What is remarkable about the power of this prophecy is that at the time it was given, a change of leadership in the United Kingdom seemed highly unlikely, given that the incumbent, Theresa May, had just contested and survived a no-confidence impeachment vote. So what Prophet Elvis Mbonye foresaw in a sudden leadership change at the time of the prophecy defied what was visible to the naked eye. Exactly 7 months after the prophecy was given, Boris Johnson replaced Theresa May as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Happening across the pond in the UK, they have just announced that Boris Johnson will be the next Prime Minister. Let's listen in.
And therefore I give notice that Boris Johnson is elected as the leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party.
Boris Johnson is set to walk in this door behind me tomorrow as Britain's next Prime Minister, realising a long-held ambition.
I have just been to see Her Majesty the Queen, who has invited me to form a government, and I have accepted.
At the time Prophet Elvis Mbonye gave the prophecy, there was no indication whatsoever that the former Prime Minister Theresa May would step down in the year that the prophecy was declared. Boris Johnson himself declared multiple times in the media that it was just about impossible for him to become the next prime minister, a point that Prophet Elvis Mbonye also specified in the prophecy.
And he was saying, will I make it, will I? While he's coming towards the finish line.
And why couldn't you think about being prime minister? You could if you wanted to.
I've about as much chance of being reincarnated as an old. The impossibilia, the adjunta, it is not going to happen. It is more likely that, as I say, I think it is vanishingly unlikely.
The prophecy also spoke of Boris Johnson receiving unusual support from people from all walks of life and not just his party members, which is exactly how the events unfolded.
He was being cheered on from people seemingly, in my interpretation, that appeared to be from different walks of life. That means he wasn't given support by just one party.
He'll get it done. Boris is good. He's going to do a good job.
I'm looking forward to have a good working relation with him.
I am delighted for the country that Boris has become Prime Minister.
No one saw it coming except one man. Prophet Elvis Mbonye has displayed a life of victory, expansion, prominence, and preservation, far exceeding all natural ability. And all that is required is to cast all our preconceptions aside and acknowledge this prophet and his God to inherit every aspect of this very life. To that end, it is our distinct privilege to bestow our praise, reverence, and great esteem to a prophet of universal authority that is more than worthy of double honor, Prophet Elvis Mbonye.